Hello, and welcome back to Yosuga Sora, and let's continue where we left off.
そうそう、はるか。次の週末だけどよ。8月の3日は開けとけよ。
Ryohei and I were forced to attend the shop one early afternoon, when Ryohei suddenly spoke as if he remembered something. That's okay, but why? Another trip to the beach?
それはそれでいいアイデアなんだが、宿題やんねえとお嬢が許可してくれねえからな。
Don't tell me you haven't done any of it.
伊達に補習を回避したわけじゃねえんだぜ。
He dodged a question with an obscure answer that tells me nothing.
んなことはどうでもいいんだよ。それよか3日の話だ。
Like I said, why do you ask?
アキラの誕生日なんだよ。せっかくだから誕生会をやろうと思ってな。
Really? I had to find a present then.
けど何を送ったものか悩んでてな。いつもなら何か欲しいもんはねえかって聞くんだが、今年はお嬢がやけにべったりしてて隙がないんだな。
Haven't you known her for years? You should be able to think of something.
あんまねだったりしないやつだからな。もらえるもんは何でも喜んじまうし。
I see. That is difficult. I know. How about asking Nao-chan?
ダメダメ。あんなやつの趣味じゃアキラがかわいそうだ。お、だったらソラちゃんに聞いてみようぜ。きっと可愛いのを選んでくれるぞ。
Sora. Hold on. She normally doesn't care about others, but she is unusually attached to Amatsume. She's always browsing online, so she might come across something perfect for her. After texting her the situation, she replied immediately with an image.
ソラちゃんなんて言ってた？
Yeah, she responded so fast. So I'm not surprised this happened, but I showed Ryohei my phone.
なんだこりゃ。
The text simply read, Takeda Poro. What the fuck? Wait, what the hell's Takeda Poro? I have fucking no idea. It's an image of a weird humanoid cat. Was attached. I have no idea what the hell is that. Maybe some sort of Japanese meme. Its body was creepily slim compared to its disproportionately large head, and its drooping eyebrows made it look quite sad. Even though it was a cat, it was like it was making human facial expressions and standing on its two legs.
ポロってのはこの猫の名前か？ずいぶん変わったぬいぐるみだな。
Does Amatsume even like stuffed toys?
ぬいぐるみは知らねえけど猫はいいんじゃないか？はるかこれにしとけよ。ソラちゃんが選んでくれたんだぜ。
Oh wait, during around that time, I think the thing that was in was like those ugly cute things. You know, around the time when fucking Chaos Child showed up. You know, when Nanami was talking about like liking Kero Kero or some whatever you call it, because it was ugly cute. Anyway, actually, why don't you get this? I'll think of something else.
こんなの売ってるところ見たことないぜ俺。
That'll be impossible for me to find it.
どうすっかな。安眠枕でも送ってやるか。今年は暑いしな。いつも冷たい枕とかどうよ。
Something practical like that might work. What to do? It'll be hard to get something she wants or something expensive. So I want to find something she'll hold close to her heart. Besides, there's also what Migiwa-san mentioned on the beach.
一応アキラの方が早く生まれたの。日付は同じなんだけど時間的にね。
Of course, getting her a gift. Of course. If August 3rd is Amatsume's birthday, then it's also Migiwa-san's birthday. Ryohei, it's also Migiwa-san's.
お嬢がどうした？
Never mind. Looks like Ryohei doesn't know when her birthday is. It's possible that none of the others know either, which would mean that Migiwa-san's family are the only ones who celebrate it, and I doubt Amatsume is invited to that. That's such a sad thought. August 3rd. We had gathered at Amatsume's Jinja and began preparing for her birthday party. It was looking to be a modest party. Each of us had just brought some cheap snacks and drinks from Yashiro-san's shop. But we weren't going to lose in spirit to those parties on TV with platters of fancy food and celebrity guests. The cozy atmosphere we had wouldn't be possible with such a gaudy extravagance.
っておい、ハルタはどうした？
はるちゃんが遅刻なんて珍しいね。
Wait, Sora is here, so,
朝早く出かけてた。
こんな日にか？何やってんだあいつ。
はるくん都合悪かったのかな。待ってたらしらけちゃうわ。もう始めましょう。いいのかな。
Man, he was out for so long that the food will literally spoil. Is that it?
いいのよ。はい、私からのプレゼントよ。と言ってもただの手料理なんだけど。本当？ありがとう。カズちゃんのお料理美味しいから好き。おだてだってこれ以上増えないからね。そっか、残念。
おお、お嬢の料理か。肉かステーキかキャビアとフォアグラか。
そんな立派なのじゃありません。唐揚げとか卵焼きとかそんなことないよ。このおにしみも美味しそうだよ。アキラがよく作ってるから好きなのかと思って。カズちゃんありがとう。そうよかった。はい。ソラちゃんもくれるの？何かな、開けてもいい？だけど何この猫さん、かわいい。武田ってこの子の名前？武田ポロ。ありがとう。大事にするね。私からははいスニーカーだよ。今履いてるの結構擦り切れてるでしょ。
ち、嫌味なくらいよく見てるな。
ありがとうなお姉ちゃん。大事に取っておくよ。いやいや、むしろどんどん履いてよ。
んじゃまあ大鳥はこの俺だな。
りょう兄ちゃんもくれるの？
今年のはすげえぞ。なんとって奮発したからな。
アキラに変なもの渡さないでくださいね。
俺を信じろよ。つうわけでじゃじゃじゃーん。
何かな何かな。うわー、なんか冷たいのが出てきたよ。
おやすみよアイスもんだ。これで暑い真夏の夜もひんやり冷え冷え超ぐっすりだぜ。
あんたどんだけケチくさいのよ。りょう兄ちゃんもありがとう。冷たくて気持ちいい。
だそうだろそうだろ。俺だと思って毎晩つけて寝てくれよな。
捨てなさいアキラ。今すぐそれを捨ててしまいなさい。カズちゃん何言ってるの？
Well, it's her birthday, so we'll let a joke like that slide.
カズか。
ごめんね。I'm late. I guess I didn't make it.
全然
間に合っ
そんな
た。
ことないよ。いらっしゃいハルくん。
たく美味しいとこで出てきやがって。
第二の主役って感じだねハルちゃん。こんな日に遅刻するなんて。あなたって人は。
I didn't want it to bounce around too much, so I took my time walking here. Is everyone handing out presents? Okay, this is from me. Would she like it? I wasn't sure. She might think I'm being nosy, or it might even make her sad. But regardless, I thought this was the best way for me to celebrate her birthday. I took it out of the bag in my hand and put it in front of them. It was a white box, 30 centimeters high, wide, and deep. Amatsume, Migiwa-san, try opening it.
私も
Migiwa-san was flustered.
開けよカズちゃん。
Amatsume smiled at her in encouragement. Okay, that's fine.
じゃあ一緒にね。何かな何かな。
Inside the box was a cake decorated with fresh cream. In the middle, surrounded by a string of strawberries, was a chocolate disc with a happy birthday written on it.
これ
Omedetou tanjoubi. It was jointly addressed to Amatsume Akira and Migiwa Akazawa.
綺麗なバースデーケーキだね。 美味しそう。
なんだよ、お嬢も誕生日だったのかよ。だったら言ってくれりゃよかったのによ。
Man, yesterday we were reading about birthday cakes and stuff in Sakura Moyu, and now I'm still reading about it. Am I gonna eat some birthday cake tomorrow? I don't know. Who's gonna have a birthday tomorrow? I don't know. Anyway, let's continue.
私は別に自分から言い出すことじゃないと思って。
言わなきゃわかんないだろ。よーし、ひとっ走りしてなんかプレゼント。
そんなのいりません。
おめでとう誕生日、Amatsume Migiwa-san。
ありがとう。それにおめでとう、カズちゃん。お誕生日おめでとう、アキラちゃん、右輪さん。おめでとう。菅野くん。ありがとう。
Her voice wavered, and tears welled in her eyes. Despite the sudden revelation, everyone accepted it and gave their blessing.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. あ、アキラ、お嬢、ろうそく消そうぜ。
Yeah, I didn't bring any. The only thing inside the box was the cake. The small candles that had been promised weren't there. Did I forget to tell them to include it?
しょうがねえ。仏壇からでもいいからろうそく取ってこい。
ここ神社だよ。仏壇があったりしたらバチ当たりよね。
だったらうちに取りに行ってくれ。
ろうそくはいらない。こんな綺麗なケーキにろうそくなんてさせないもの。
Migiwa-san accepted the keiki on the table as is and embraced it softly. It was as if she was protecting something precious for her.
私もプレゼントあるんだよ。
Amatsume! None of us expected to hear that coming from the birthday girl. While we were stunned, Amatsume took out a small box from the drawer in her desk. It was about the size of her palm and had a stylish design. I thought I'd recognized from a TV drama.
ペアリングだよ。カズちゃん、手出して。
Amatsume took Migiwa-san's left hand and slid the ring onto her middle finger, then did the same to herself.
ありがとう、アキラ。これでお揃いだね。おめでとう、カズちゃん。
They glanced at each other's rings, then locked eyes with a smile. I was overjoyed that someone else knew about and remembered Migiwa-san's birthday.
アキラがここまでしてくれたのに、私、お料理だけで恥ずかしい。カズちゃんからは毎日いっぱいもらってるから。優しい気持ちを。
とにかくこんなめでたいことはね。アキラ、歌え。
いいよ。ラッパラッパ、お腹のラッパがプップックプー。ラッパラッパ、お腹が空いたらラッパ寿司。
ってなんでラッパ寿司なんだよ。
That song. I've heard it somewhere before.
ラッパ寿司って言ってね、この辺じゃ有名な回転寿司の CM ソングなの。
Man, kaiten sushi, man. It's been a while since I ate at one of those. Ah, for the television. They often played in the evening.
アキラったら。
With a raised smile, Migiwa-san joyously wiped the edge of her eyes.
いやー、食った食った。腹いっぱいだ。もう食えねえ。
あんたは食べ過ぎ。主賓のアキラちゃんや右輪さんより食べてたじゃない。
うまかった。娘が立派に育ってお父さんは嬉しいぞ。
We were having so much fun together that the time just flew by. It was pitch black outside by the time the party ended.
それじゃあね、はるちゃん、そらちゃん。
またね、ソラちゃん。
While they said their goodbyes, Sora and I started getting ready to go. Or rather, that's what I thought we were doing. But before I was ready, Sora briskly walked off. Oi, Sora! Are you going to make me carry everything? She sure likes making other people do her work. Come on, wait up!
春日野くん
Huh? Migiwa-san? I spun around to see Migiwa-san standing there, doubled over.
春日野くんありがとう今日はなんて言ったら
Migiwa-san took a step, and then another toward me. No, it was just a small gift.
でも
After all, both of you were born the same day. It only makes sense that both of you would celebrate it.
春日野くん
You didn't keep it a secret. I told you at the beach, right? You need to have some fun too. And then she grabbed my
あ
hand.
りがとうこんなに嬉しい日は初めてかも
If that's true, then I couldn't be more glad. Her grip tightened. We locked eyes and held our gazes steady.
本当にありがとう
Her voice cracked as she murmured that. And then she hugged me. We're in. We're in.
本当にびっくりした
Ooh, POV.
私があんな大胆なことをしてしまうなんて思ってもみなかった嬉しくて思いが溢れてしまった私はアキラをお祝いしてあげられたらそれでよかったから自分が祝われるなんて思ってもみなかった私とアキラが姉妹なのは秘密のこと変に勘ぐられないようアキラと同じな自分の誕生日は自分からは言わないようにしていたでも祝ってほしくなかったわけじゃない私は私よりアキラを祝いたかっただけでだから春日野くんが私まで一緒に祝ってくれて本当に心から嬉しかった帰ろうとする背中にすがりたくなるほどに
I woke to the loud shrill of the cicadas. I knew that they grow louder as it gets closer to the Obon festival, but it was only 7 a.m. and they were chirping away already. It was made even more unbearable to the open window letting the noise in directly. I didn't feel like going back to sleep, so I decided to wash my face and cook breakfast. Sora wasn't awake yet, so I made some simple eggs and toast. While cracking the eggs, I stared closely at my hand. This is the hand that Migiwa-san held. The sounds of sizzling oil, frying eggs, and chirping cicadas form a monotonous rhythm. It made me think back. That day, after the party, when Migiwa-san hugged me, she let go almost immediately. Her face was completely red too as she went back to the shrine office without saying another word. I was too stunned to do anything but watch her go. I even forgot to chase after Sora. Since then, it seemed like Migiwa-san was making more physical contact with me, smiling over the smallest things, and taking my hand. Should I react to things like that? Can I really think of it as affection? Back when we first met, she was very protective of Matsume. It gave me an almost scary first impression. But as time went by, I noticed that cute, ordinary smile of hers. I'm lucky to have seen so many sides of her. That pure, loving look she gives Amatsume was something I also yearned for. And my desire only increased when I learned of her true relationship with Amatsume. I thought that the way she treated Amatsume was how I wanted to treat Sora. So when that gaze of hers turned toward me, I was shocked. I couldn't keep still. What happened that day, and when we held hands on the beach, what of her straightforwardness was making her show her true feelings. It's not like I was unhappy to receive her affection. I thought there was another line after that. Oh well. The drone of the cicadas drowned out everything else in the shrine grove filled with trees. Their incessant chirps sounded exactly like a sudden downpour of evening rain. Despite the noise, I felt strangely cool and calm. The atmosphere almost reminds me of how things are with Migiwa-san. The cicadas were Amatsume, and the trees on which the cicadas perched were Migiwa-san. This is definitely their place. If I come here, I can expect to meet Migiwa-san. Since she wasn't on the grounds, I went to the main building and found her there. She fell asleep on your lap? I unconsciously let out a sigh. She smiled while gently stroking Amatsume's head. She looked so motherly. It made my heart race, as if I was in a daze. I couldn't take my eyes off her. Domo. I wanted to continue watching this gentle scene, but that was no longer possible. If you're too loud, won't you wake Amatsume? She looks so happy. She is strange.
この子が師匠って呼んでる猫いるでしょ。なんで師匠なのって聞いたことがあるの。そしたらお昼寝ポイントとか抜け道を教えてくれる師匠なんだって。
That's just like her.
小さい頃はほんと子分みたいに後ろをついていってたわ。
That caring look of hers returned as she stroked Amatsume's hair. It was such a kind and sweet gesture that fascinated me once again.
今日はどうしたの？
But Migiwa-san wasn't going to let me keep watching. Nothing. Just wondering if you two would be in if I dropped by. Actually, I was just looking for her. But Migiwa-san is here. Surely Amatsume would be too. I'm surprised I didn't realize that sooner.
今日は一緒にお昼を食べて課題を少し終わらせたわ。
I see. I wish I could have come.
そうすればよかったわね。今度から連絡するわ。でもこの子に乗せられて遊ばないでよ。隙を見せたらすぐサボるんだから。
That's okay. Her scary Imoto ought to keep her in line.
もう。
She frowned a little. It looked like my remarks stung a bit. Her reactions were probably so mild because Amatsume was asleep on her lap. Normally, Amatsume would be gleefully doing as she pleases while we watch over her, while I would be next to Migiwa-san. I understand why there's no one more precious to Migiwa-san than Amatsume, but still, I just felt something akin to jealousy for Amatsume. She looks pretty tired today.
本人は一生懸命勉強したからなんて思っていそうよ。
Yeah, that is something she'd say. You wouldn't agree with her, Migiwa-san.
フラフラして集中力ないのは変わらないわ。
It's not like Amatsume was in the way, but I did wish I could talk to Migiwa-san somewhere more private. It seems our conversation had grown too loud, causing Amatsume to stare a little. We went silent out of fear of waking her up. Oblivious to us, Amatsume continued to shift positions. Her head squirmed about, and she tried to bury her face into Migiwa-san's thighs. Alright, Sora. Are you going to monologue about you wish to be in that position right now?
ちょっと、アキラ、そこは。
Imagine that smell. She began to sniff, like she was smelling Migiwa-san's. For some reason, this feels like I'm not supposed to see.
何してるのよ。やめなさい。おしっこ。
Go. That's all Amatsume had to say before she staggered into the main building.
ちょっと、大丈夫？大丈夫だよ。 カズちゃんも一緒にする？しないわよ。
With a smile that left me confused, she staggered away.
あの子大丈夫かしら？転ばなきゃいいけど。
She'll be fine. She might fall asleep on the toilet like that, though.
それはそれでダメじゃない。これでよしと。
When everything was finished, Migiwa-san tucked Akira in her futon. We had to go as far as calling out to her while she was on the toilet. And when that didn't work, we carried her to her room and set her down on the futon. Then after pulling up her throw blanket, we set her alarm clock to wake her up in the evening. And Amatsumi fell into a deep sleep just like that. Looks like she really did want to sleep.
それならそう言えばいいのに。膝枕なんかねだったりして。
Weren't you the one who spoiled her by letting her do that?
私が膝枕したかったみたいに言わないで。
You're too loud. You'll wake her. Seems like she's okay.
あなたってずるいわよね。
Migiwa-san gathered the textbooks and stationery on the table and put them in her bag. Kaeru ka?
あの様子だと多分もう起きないわ。目覚ましが鳴るまではね。あ、私たちに用事があったのよね。
Nope. I just came to see you two.
そうなんだ。お茶でも出せばよかったわ。あ、今からでも。
Don't worry about it. I'm going home as well. I'll walk you home. Still smooth, my guy. Still smooth. And so we arrive in front of her house. It's my first time seeing it. Man, is it one hell of an estate. Once again, I'm reminded that she is an Ojo-sama.
ありがとう。送ってくれて。
It's no problem. It's cool that I finally got to see her house, so... I was a bit nervous and blurted out something weird.
人に見せられるようなものじゃないわ。でも、うちに来る？
Wait, are we in? Wait, no, this is a Japanese thing. When they ask you, you're supposed to say no. It's a polite thing. It's one of those polite things. Or is it? You mean inside your house? Now I'm even more nervous. Any more and she'll probably notice. It's just that it feels weird coming in unannounced.
そんな気にしなくていいわ。
Well, looks like she's insisting. What did Naoya say? 3 times you have to refuse before you accept. Except that Gaikokujin will steal his inheritance or some shit like that. Anyway. Would your Otosan or someone be surprised if I suddenly barged in and...
それは。
Migiwa-san could usually stay calm and composed under pressure, but for some reason she couldn't answer me right now. So it seems like surprising her Otosan isn't an issue. Next time, when I come over to hang out,
なんだか挨拶に来るみたいね。それって。
meet him? Is that a declaration of something?
なんでもないわ。でも、そういえば私、友達呼んだことってあまりないかも。
I see. In that case, I probably would be unwelcome. It would be an unwelcome surprise. You know, I bet Ryohei and the rest would love to visit. Bro, bad move. Don't say the other guy's name first.
あの人だけには家の敷居はまたいでほしくないわ。
Yeah. Her speech stiffened, and a strange smile came to take the place of Migiwa-san's timid demeanor.
お客さんかね。
Oh, yeah. Meet the parents. So fast, huh? Oh, damn. Then, an unexpected voice called out. A man dressed in Japanese clothes emerged from the gate and approached us. I think this is her Chichiue.
カズハが男友達を連れてくるとは珍しいな。
Kazuha's father's like, Oh, we're at that age, huh?
お父様
Mikiwa-san's expression turned grim for a split second before she regained her composure.
彼は春日野くんです。先生の
She introduced me with an impersonal, business-like tone.
ああ、君が先生のお孫さんのはるかくんだね。
Hi, Kasuga no Haruka. I bowed my head and realized just how accomplished my Oji-chan was. Even Kazuha's Oto-san, arguably the most powerful person in the town, referred to him as Sensei. And that man even knows my name.
先生と奥様にはお世話になった。君も困ったことがあったら遠慮なく言うといい。力にならせてもらうよ。
Thank you for your kind words.
そう固くならなくていいよ。むしろ私の方が緊張してしまうくらいだ。
Why? Do you really feel maybe the sensei really did a lot for him? Or is it because he's a dude? I don't know. Huh? Why is that?
カズハは春日の病院で取り上げてもらったんだよ。それに病気以外にもいろいろと相談に乗ってもらってね。
Oh, this is very important. This is very important to remember, okay? We gotta keep note of this, guys. This is important.
先生にはお世話をかけっぱなしで頭が上がらないんだよ。ご存命の間に恩を返せなかったとあればなおさらに。だから君を前にしても恐縮してしまってね。
But I've done nothing. I couldn't believe what I just heard and waved my hands in a panic. He smiled, I think, out of flustered behavior.
カズハが変わったのは君の影響かな。
He's aware.
またゆっくり話そう。今日はこれで失礼させてもらうよ。
He nodded farewell to me, then climbed into the car that pulled out of the gate. When it drove out of sight, I could finally calm down. I breathed a deep sigh of relief, then suddenly realized, have you been telling your Tool-san about me? It felt like he knew everything about me and saw right through me, including my name. It would make a lot more sense if Mikiwa-san had been talking with him.
転校してきたことをね。
Our guy isn't a politician for no reason, man. He is not a politician. If anything happens in the house, he would know. Anyway, I wasn't sure I believed her embarrassed face. Is that it?
それだけよ。
それだけ? 本当?
疑うことないでしょ。
I'll ask him next time I see him. So, you did say something.
知らないわ。
She turned away. Was just teasing her. But it's strange how her reaction was so easy to read. She wasn't like this up until now. Maybe it really is because we've been getting to know each other, talking and hanging out together. But I didn't think she would go as far as to tell even her Tool-san about me. What did she tell him? Next time we meet, I guess I really will ask him. But before that, I got to fix this situation first. Oh yeah, Miyagi. Starting next week, Sora and I will be gone for a while. So, do you want something? Oh wait, this is new. This didn't happen in the anime. What about these two going out? Okay, the VN's doing a lot more things I don't recognize anymore. I mean, every time I watch the anime, I actually watched the anime last Monday or like last week, and then usually a route ends at around the festival, but like I guess the VN really goes further beyond that, and I like that. All right, let's go.
出かける？どこに？どうして？
The temple in our old city is holding a Buddhist ceremony for us. You know, the first Obon festival since my parents died. So, as I'll be gone for a bit, I thought I'd get you something.
そんなに気を使わなくていいってば。それより、ちゃんと帰ってくるのよね。
Man, she's already afraid of him leaving. I mean, just going for a weekend visit or something like that. We'll be back. We don't have a house over there anymore. I'm still not sure we'll be staying in a hotel or at the relatives, though.
そう。気をつけてね。待ってるから。
Oh, I'll be waiting, huh? Huh?
いえ、そうじゃないっていうか、あの子もきっと私。
Her voice trailed off into a whimper. It was so cute. I'm probably just too self-conscious. Yeah, we'll try to come back quickly.
いらっしゃい。
We parted after the brief conversation. Does this happen in every route? I don't know. It's
まもな
interesting.
くホズミ、ホズミ、お忘れ物ないようご注意ください。
We're here. Wake up, Sora.
寝てない。
You weren't. You were so quiet. I thought you'd fallen asleep. The moment we stepped onto the platform, the sweltering heat bore down on us. It smothered us with like a heavy cloak, clinging to our skin. Sora sighed and complained, but there was nothing I could do against this heat. The home we came back to had been baked in the summer sun, and it felt like a greenhouse or sauna. Even after opening all the windows, turning on every fan we could to hide, it wasn't any cooler. Although the air from the fans did help a little, so I set one of them to blow in a constant direction and camped in front of it. But at this rate, we won't even get around to unpacking.
暑い。
Want to use the fan? I mean, Sora, you're wearing a full-blown dress. You know, doesn't that look hot? Like a full-blown dress? Anyway. Want to use the fan?
涼しい？
Nope, not really. Have you finished unpacking?
後で。
She's grumpy, but with this heat, I can't blame her. Instead of going back to her room, Sora walked toward the entrance and opened the door. If you're going out, be careful of the heat. Wear a hat. Sora didn't respond, even though I shouted at her. Well, I understand not wanting to stay inside the sauna. I get it, but we had to clean and unpack. A good amount of dust had piled up in our absence. For now, I better do some cleaning, or else it'll bug me when I try to sleep or cook. I also need to wash the clothes we wore while we were gone. It's hot, and I don't feel like it. But I guess I have to. I said that out loud to encourage myself. I'd like to take my time if possible, but we managed to sell our business back in the city without incident. Our relatives asked us to stay with them. We're worried about you two living on your own. We're thankful for the offer, but we already gotten used to living there and are getting along quite fine, would say politely. Sora supported me in silence, but in truth, I didn't want to leave our new home. Kind-hearted friends, people I could lean on. I didn't want to say goodbye to these people I've grown close to. After unpacking my bags and starting load of laundry, I took a small break. I made some bar mugicha and put it in the fridge before we left, so I quenched my thirst with that. It wasn't very fresh, and the flavor was gone, but it was still drinkable. 1 cup, 2 cups. I steadily drank, and what I drank turned to sweat. Just as I was thinking how futile this was, I heard the front door open and someone calling from outside.
ごめんください。春日野くんはご在宅ですか？
Man, she really waited. Alright. She thirsty, by the way. If you know what I mean. Ah, that voice! I thought it was you, Miyu-san. Welcome. What's up?
さっき車から春日野くんたちが歩いてるのを見たから。
Yeah, I thought about catching a bus at the station, but we just happened to arrive at a time where there weren't any. Okay, no wonder those two feel hot because you know they walked in the sun. Ah, come in. It's hot outside, right?
じゃあちょっとだけ。
No one's at home right now. I led Migiwa-san to my room and went to get some tea. I feel guilty if I made her drink the leftover bugicha from before, so I made a fresh batch and put in a lot of ice. I didn't let it steep for very long, so it might be weak.
ありがとう。いただきます。
I offered her the cushion and sat opposite to her. If we were doing this outside my house like a kisaten, this situation would be like a date, but I couldn't help but think I was that as I watched Migiwa-san straighten her back.
法事はどうだったの？
Everything went smoothly. It was almost too simple. Our relatives did a lot of it for us, though. Ah, I got you something. Just a second. I took out a box of sweets from the bag I put away earlier. I was wondering what to get, but, well, I ended up going for something safe. I held out some Japanese sweets, wrapped in yellow paper, with the chicken drawn on. Is that why you're the first one to come here? You wanted an omiyage?
アキラじゃあるまいし、そんなことしないわ。
My teasing made her pout a little. Even though our last meeting wasn't that long ago, this still felt nostalgic somehow. Maybe it'll taste better if we eat it together with everyone. I had to let them know we're back after all.
向こう、ずいぶん長かったのね。
Wait, how long were they out? Like a week? Yeah, a bit longer than we planned. They kept trying to persuade us, saying that the two of us living alone would be hard. You know, never mind, I'm not gonna make a bad joke right now. Are you going to go back there?
向こうに
Oh, that's her
戻
line.
っちゃう
Sorry.
の？
That's her line. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Let's go back. I want to go back.
向こうに戻っちゃうの？
Huh? I refuse them for now, but I do feel guilty for worrying them.
呼び戻されちゃうこともあるのね。
I can't say that won't happen, but we've gone through so much to move here already. Moving again isn't something I want to do.
もし困ったことがあったら、私も力になるわ。
Thanks. I'll be counting on you if something does happen.
でもよかった。予定よりも遅かったからびっくりして。
Okay, I can see why she's worried. I can see why she's so worried. Of course, of course. Yeah. I thought about calling someone, but no one has a denwa, ketai. And I didn't ask for anyone's phone number.
私の番号とアドレス
番号
教えておけばよかった。
Ooh. That's right. You do have a ketai denwa. Yeah. Okay, let's exchange numbers. I pulled my phone out of my pocket, and Migiwa-san took hers out of her bag. Does yours have proximity sharing?
よくわからないから口で言ってくれれば。
Okay, we exchanged numbers orally and stored the entries. You know, yeah, that's a thing in Japan. Like, even like during the time when they had those infrared things, you know, on the phones, because I'm an ancient man. We still set our phone numbers aloud. We never use IR to exchange numbers, but it was a thing in Japan for some reason. Anyway, this is probably my first time exchanging numbers since coming here.
私が最初ちょっと光栄だわ。
What did she mean by this? Anyway, let me test to make sure nothing's wrong.
なら私も。
I sent a text titled, "Is this working?" Right away, mine and Migiwa-san's phone text tones beat at the same time. The sender was, of course, Migiwa-san, and the text read, "Okaeri." Oh, hey! I haven't said it yet. Okaeri.
おかえりなさい。
It felt a bit awkward saying that to someone outside my family. At the moment. That reminds me. What were you doing today? Don't tell me you really were after the omiyage.
それは本当にちゃんと帰ってきたか確かめに。
She just kept camping outside their house, you know. She was just like, are they home yet? No. Okay. Oh, I see someone going in and out. Oh, it's them. Anyway, you were worried.
アキラがね、私は何か事情があるんじゃないかって思って。
And you came to see how I was doing.
そうなの。元気そうだし、心配することなかったわね。
I chose not to say so much. I chose not to say what the fuck? I chose not to say so much. But Migiwa-san's blushing face wasn't hard to read. Thank you for coming over to see me.
たまたま気になったから。
Tamatama? But the one who came to visit me before anyone else was Migiwa-san. It made me so happy. Moshi, I said the reason I refused my relative's offers is because of Migiwa-san. I wonder how she would react.
邪魔しちゃったら悪いかしら。
Mikiwa-san was still too embarrassed to look at me, so she said that while facing my messy room.
でも何かお手伝いがいるなら。
It's fine. Nah, it's fine. I was thinking of taking it easy once I finished putting things away. And there's no way to be a bother, so you can relax. It's a bit hot. Sora went outside to cool off, so you might not want to stay here for too long though.
このくらい平気。でも私にできることがあるなら遠慮なく言って。
Just us two at home, TLDR. It's fine. It's fine. I'm okay for now. Just as I was stopping to stop her from standing up, she suddenly stumbled. Abunai! I reached out to catch her. But I couldn't get her in time, and we fell on top of each other. Classic. Classic. I desperately tried to cushion her fall to keep her from getting hurt, so she somehow managed to end up on top of me. Direct hit up to my back. I blacked out for a moment under the weight of another person.
菅野くん。
Hecky, it was just a little fall. I laughed it up, opened my eyes to see Mikiwa-san's face right in front of me. What about you? Are you okay?
ごめんなさい。足がしびれちゃって動けなくて。
That's a relief. So you're not injured.
でもあなたの上でごめんなさい。
It's nothing to worry about, as long as you're okay. However, I wouldn't say the same. And for a much different reason. Mikiwa-san was right in front of my face, so close that I could feel her breath every time she spoke. So close that I could see my reflection in her eyes. I had a perfect view of her long, pretty eyelashes and her soft, wrinkled lips. I could feel her weight on my chest and smell something sweet, like perfume. It was all so soothing. It made me want to tighten my arms that were already wrapped around her.
菅野くん。
Both our hearts race. I'm sure Mikiwa-san could also feel our pulses quickening. Oh, that's it. That's really my bad. Mikiwa-san slowly closed her eyes. Oh! I brought my hand to her cheek and my lips closer to hers. A long time ago, someone said that your first kiss tasted like lemons. Tastes like lemons. I always thought it was because of the sweat due to the tension. We broke away and stared into each other's eyes. I desperately tried to come up with something to say. Instead, all I could think about was the meaning behind the kiss. Even though I already knew. I loved Mikiwa-san.
その OK してくれたってことでいいのよね。
It just means that you love me too.
はっきり言わないで。恥ずかしいから。
Oh man. We were both tongue-tied again and could only look at each other. And I wasn't just at a loss for words, my head was spinning too. Romance, koibit, I forgot, man. Boyfriend and girlfriend, koibito, marriage, husband and wife, children. Man, he speedrun the whole imagination thing. he already dreamt of his entire life with her just then and there. These words danced around in my mind, then disappeared. But out of all of them, the ones that stood out the most, the ones that rose to the surface were Skida. Those 3 words.
私も好き。
As she put it into words, I finally understood. Even though we both held someone else dear to us and felt the same way towards that person, that feeling of yearning had at some point turned to love. An aching love towards the one before me. It was different from my need to protect Sora. For Mikiwa-san, I felt an overwhelming desire to embrace her, and not just hugging and kissing. Mikiwa-san. I had no idea that I could be so assertive. Base? Whoa! Just like that, they just kiss and now touching her boobs just like that? Holy shit, man. The guy speedrun this whole shit, man. I whispered my question while reaching out for her body.
それってもしかして
If you don't want to, I won't. Just say so. Something below my waist had already started to awaken, so I wouldn't be surprised if she noticed. Normally I'd be embarrassed, but right now, I'm actually feeling excited. It's because of you that it feels so strange right now.
私のごめんなさい
I'm joking, Jordan. It's my own fault that I've become strange. I wanted to do lewd things with you.
はっきり言わないで恥ずかしい
After repeating herself again, she sighed lightly, then looked into my eyes and
お
said,
かしくなったのは私の方が先だから今度は私が受け止める番よね
stubborn as usual. Thanks. 好きだ。好き、右輪さん。
もうそういうこと言わないでってば
Blushing and panicking, that was just like her too.
わからないこともあるけど頑張るから
Nice. Very nice. Okay, but don't push yourself. If it starts to hurt, tell me, alright? I'll stop.
ありがとうでも平気よ春日野くんの好きなようにしてくれていいわ
She sensed I was unable to contain myself and said that. When she accepted me, it felt like a dream come true. I needed to return that kindness and be as gentle as I could. I cupped her breast, and Miguel-san let out a faint gasp. I felt her body stiffen under her clothes. Should I stop?
違うわびっくりしただけよ続けて
You don't have to force yourself, you know? I squeezed just a bit with my hand. Somewhere in that softness, I felt something firm. Is this a bra?
つけてないとでも思ったの
No. Just too focused on the girl I love.
ついでそんなこと言わないで
But they sure are big.
でもとかでつなぐセリフじゃ
I moved my hand around. I could tell how stylish it was based on the weight in my palm. I suddenly remembered how she looked in that music.
そんな嬉しそうな顔しないで
Did I really look like that?
してるわ今だってニコニコして私が恥ずかしがるのを楽しんでるみたい
I guess I can't help it, since I'm touching the girl I love.
またそういうこと言って
Her embarrassment was absolutely adorable. My first time seeing her like that excited me. I want to see more of that. I'm going to squeeze you a little tighter.
私はどうすればいい
What? Well, you don't have to do anything.
そう
It looked funny the way she tilted her head in doubt. I grabbed her harder, squishing the cup of her bra. Amiga-san's squeals rose in pitch. She started to shift her body up and down with the movements of my hand. What are you doing?
こうした方が揉みやすいかもって
She blushed even more while saying that. I'm glad she's thinking about me, but I can't help but be amused by her total lack of experience. Oh yeah, our guy isn't inexperienced. I had to remember. He at least did it once, and you could say he was forced into it. Anyway, it's okay. Just leave it to me.
春日野くんは慣れてるのね私初めてでどうしていいかわからないのに
What? That startled me. It's not that I don't have any experience, but
やっぱり都会の人は進んでるのね
man, that made us city guys, that made us all look like fucking. It's not like that. It's not.
向 こうで恋人いたの？戻って会ってたんじゃ。
Do I look like someone who has a girlfriend to you?
でも
Koibito?
経
Karashi?
験したことあるんでしょ？
She looked at me with pleading eyes. It's obvious she wanted me to say no. Well, you know what? The whole now thing is a good thing that they did that flashback like in the middle of the common route. Like literally, when you first encounter now, there's like those flashback split-second flashes, which I had to cut, by the way. The second one, not the first one. The first one's there because the second one started to show stuff. That you know that regardless of any route, he did something with now. That you know he did something with now. That's why I hesitate about telling the truth. Unfortunately, I never had a girlfriend. Karashi. I promise, Migiwa-san, you're my first girlfriend. Karashi. I have never had time since I was taking care of Sora. Considering how busy my parents were and how frail Sora is, I'm not lying.
疑ってるわけじゃないの。ただいつまでも帰ってこないから不安で。
My relatives just had us stay a bit longer after the Obon festival. That's all.
信じる。でも
If you're still anxious, tell me. I'll do whatever I can to make your worries go away.
不安じゃないの。嫉妬。私、ソラさんに嫉妬してる。昔の春日野くんに構ってもらってるソラさんに。
I like the parallels going on here, you know? Because our guy was thinking something similar. I'm jealous of Amatsume-san. I'm jealous that she used to get all of your attention. Yeah, they're doing a lot of parallels with these two. I like that. I really like that. At first, I wasn't sure what she was talking about.
今でもそう。春日野くんはソラさんを大切にしていて、ソラさんを一番に考えてると思うと胸が締め付けられそうになる。
Migiwa-san usually acts so tough. I never thought something like that could bother her.
二人は兄弟なんだから大切なのは当たり前だって思っても自分を納得させられなかった。いつも一緒にいられるソラさんが妬ましくて、向こうで二人きりだと思うと恋人のこととは別に心がモヤモヤして、だから帰ってきたのを見たら飛んできちゃって。
You're not the only one who felt that way.
同じ？
Migiwa-san looked bewildered. I was so envious whenever I saw you caring for Amatsume. I wanted you to look at me and smile with those same gentle eyes.
何言ってるのよ。
That's why I'm so happy now. You're showing me a side of you that no one else has ever seen. After all, I'm the only one she's allowed to squeeze her breasts.
胸を触りながら言わないで。
Kind of base. Right now, you're the only one I'm thinking of. And I'd like it if I was the only one you're thinking of.
今が終わったら
You might not be the only one I ever think of, but you'll always be the one I think of most.
じゃあ私もそうする。
Alright. And so I continued caressing her. Migiwa-san surrendered herself to my hands. Her body relaxed and I had a feeling her bra became untied. Her embarrassed attempts to keep her voice down were so cute. I want to see your breasts. Oh. We're back, everyone. We're back, everyone. That was an age scene. Anyway, we're back, everyone. The next day, I gathered everyone together, saying I had souvenirs omiyage for them. We met up at the Matsumi's place, of course.
まあまあ舞工場はそのくらいにして早速食べようぜ。
あんたね。まあ気持ちはちょっとわかるな。はるちゃんのお土産楽しみ。お菓子お菓子、どんなのかな、どんなのかな。アキラったら落ち着きなさいよ。少しはしゃぎすぎ。カズちゃんはもちろん楽しみよ。でもその前に言うことがあるでしょ。
Wait, my bad.
カズちゃんははるくんのお土産楽しみじゃないの？もちろん楽しみよ。でもその前に言うことがあるでしょ。ああ、そうね。おかえりなさい、はるちゃん、そらちゃん。おかえり、はるくん、そらちゃん。
お勤めご苦労さん。
だってお嬢は言わねえのか？
言うわよ。おかえりなさい、春日野くん。
Arigato. This was the second time she said it, but it did make me feel a little embarrassed, since it was my first time hearing it since we became a couple.
これでノルマも片付いたな。はるか、土産出せ土産。
Please accept my humble gift, Your Majesty. I carefully placed a box of sweets on the table. They were the same ones I showed Kazuha yesterday, 2 boxes of 12. I had a feeling Ryohei and Natsume would eat a lot, so I brought extra.
ひよこさんだ、かわいい。
おお、これが有名なあれか。おほー、初めて見るぜ。早く開けろよ。
私開けていい？
Yep, dozo. I passed her a box, and she immediately tore into the wrapping.
もう少し丁寧にしたら。
Naochan sounded pretty annoyed.
アキラったら私お茶を入れてくるわ。じゃあ私も手伝う。アキラちゃん、お台所借りるね。いいよ。中もひよこさんだ。
ほほー、なかなかうまそうじゃねえか。どれ、お一つ。
To wait until the tea comes.
私も。
Neither of them had the patience to wait for the tea, and started popping the candies into their mouths. Glad they're enjoying it, but their manners are a tad lacking. Let's wait until the tea comes, okay? I looked at Sora and saw that she already started eating. Well, even if it's just me, I'll wait for Kazuha.
ってダブルアキラ何先に食べてるのよ。いいじゃないですか。春日野くんのお土産だから待ちきれなかったんですよ。アキラったらもう2つも持ったりするからこぼしてるじゃない。
Kazuha took out her handkerchief and wiped the crumbs from the corners of Matsume's mouth and the table. When she was doing that, Akira childishly pursed her lips with a It made Kazuha seem like a mother who passed on cleaning up after her child. But I wasn't jealous of them at all, because we were a couple, even though no one else knew.
どうしたの、はるちゃん。なんか嬉しそうな顔してるよ。
Sora was watching them the entire time. Nah, just kidding. Or maybe she did. I mean, Sora's notorious for that. She just watches him do that with another woman. Honda? Yeah, it was that obvious, huh? It's probably because the tea's ready.
そんなに待ってたの？ごめんね、すぐ配るね。はい。じゃあこれ、春日野くんの分。
Of course, she wanted to give the first cup to him. Of course. Kasa noticed Naochan starting to serve tea and quickly folded up her handkerchief and passed out the cups. Thanks.
どういたしまして。
Our fingers touched when she handed me the cup. Yesterday, those fingers were entwined while we... Our eyes met. I couldn't peel myself away. I had forgotten about the heat of the teacup and the rest of the world fell away as we.
おお、愛と熱情のラブラブフレア。
Man, they could just tell.
おお、何？
We jerk our hands away in surprise at the sudden onslaught of shouting.
いや、やけに親密な空気を醸し出してたからよ。
私はりょう兄ちゃんが変な声出してたから。
It's nothing. There's no love in the air.
いや、お兄さんは嬉しいぜ。あの奥手なハルくんがとうとう恋に目覚めたってな。しかも相手はあのお嬢だ。逆玉狙いとはやるね。
逆玉逆玉。アキラ、あなた意味分かって言ってるの
Doesn't look like it.
ほんで、お嬢の方はどうなんだ？もしかして脈ありか？
A shit-eating grin spread across Ryo's face. He was definitely teasing us.
はいはい、そんなのはどうでもいいですからお茶を持ってってください。アキラもね。けど暑いから慌てて飲んじゃダメよ。
I had to pause, like, okay, not really, but I had to pause for a little bit because I suddenly remembered that one scene in Mashiro Ero Symphony Sana edition when the MC and Sana tried to hide their relationship and they tried to act like they weren't in love or some shit, and then Sana started crying. That was a good one. Anyway.
ありがとうカズちゃん。
Man, how could I forget Shingo's name? Anyway, there you go.
ありがとうカズちゃん。
ソラさんもどうぞ。どうも。
するか。お嬢のやつ、いつの間にこんな高等テクニックを。
Is it really high level?
だってあのお嬢がだぜ。今のは絶対ツッコミが入るとこだろ。
Is that what you thought? I don't know about that, but I think old Kazuha would have at least kicked him, just as he said. Maybe she has changed a bit. Okay, she definitely has. Yesterday's events, starting to go out with me, was probably the trigger.
あー、このひよこさんおいしいね。もう一つ食べていい？
There's plenty, so eat as many as you want.
ありがとう。もうアキラったらまたこぼして。本当に仕方のない子なんだから。
これがお嬢なのか。流行のお嬢 2.0 ってやつなのか。
Niten, would be, kind of old, huh? No?
そうなのか。現代のパラダイスロストだって聞いたぜ。
それを言うならパラダイムシフト。そもそも 2.0 って意味分かってんの？
差し当たり。なおは 0.5 ってとこだな。
ふんふん。私としてはそっちの意味の方が聞きたいな。
んなもん女とのことに決まっ。
Without a moment's delay, now Chan kicked Ryo's shin with a smile.
くだらないことばかり言うんだから。
Do you know what that means, Now Chan? 2.0?
さ
Niten?
あ、私もひよこさん食べようっと。
I actually don't know what the hell they're talking about, so even I'm like, what the hell? Ah, she dodged the question.
さすがのくんってば、さっきから一つも食べてないじゃない。早くしないと全部アキラが食べちゃうわよ。
You're right. Wouldn't want that. Your tea would go to waste, Miwa-san.
そうそう。だからね、一緒に食べましょう。
Okay, let's eat.
いただきます。
Damn, that Irie giggled. Okay, I was also thinking about Mashiro Ero Symphony because of Irie, you know. It's my first time trying this, but it's not bad at all.
今まで食べたことなかったの？
I think it was a souvenir exclusive.
こっちに引っ越してきてよかったわね。
Sure is. Yeah, sure is. She's right. I felt giddy thinking about how my life has changed since coming back to Okukozome. If there's one thing I know for certain, it's that I made the right decision moving here. But that's because I hadn't yet realized that my life had only changed superficially. While on my way to the plaza to do some shopping, a car pulled up alongside me, and a passenger called out. I recognized both the black car and the voice. Migiwa-san, going out? I almost used her first name on accident. Did anyone notice? There has to be at least a driver. What if her whole family was?
気をつけて。今は山梨さんだけだから気づかなかったと思うけど。
Even got Kazuha angry.
隣町までね。行く用事があるんだけど。よかったら春日野くんもどうかしらと思って。
The next town over? Not the one where the school is?
車で40分くらいかしら。この辺りで一番発展してる町なんだけれど。
Kazuha glanced at the shopping basket in my hand, and she looked a little bit disappointed.
用事があるんじゃ仕方ないかしら。
No, I was just going shopping, so it's fine. Is it okay for me to get into the family car?
そこらにある車と変わらない車よ。気にすることないわ。
I think it's a little too fancy to call it a car like any other. Well, I guess I'll join you then. I've never been to the next town over anyway.
よかった。そうと決まれば早く乗って乗って。
Okay, no need to push. That Kazuha. When she's in a good mood, she's as excitable as Akira. Can't blame her though. And so, after about a 40-minute drive from Hozumi Ikinai, Kazuha and I finally arrived at an arcade. The chauffeur who was driving the car left on some other business, so it was just the two of us.
やっと二人っきりになれたわね。はるか。
It's our date episode. There's still people shopping around here, so we might have to.
平気よ。ここまで出てくる人はほとんどいないもの。知り合いになんか会わないわよ。
Is this cake I guess? Kazuha's cake.
あっち。向こうに人だかりができてるわ。行ってみましょう。
Wait up, Kazuha. After thinking about whether or not to grab my hand, she ran off. She left me with no choice other than to go with her. Not that I'm complaining, it's rare that we get the chance to be a couple, so I was more than happy about it. That crowd turned out to be so sparse that even though there were two of us, we easily made our way through. They had gathered to watch a pantomime performance. In the center, two people made jerking motions like robots. One of them was dancing like a rusty toy with such accuracy that I could almost hear the creaking sounds. The second dancer was copying the first, only 1 second behind. However, for some reason, he was making the opposite motions like a mirror. People laugh at that funny mismatch. There's stuff like this too.
休日だと大道芸の人たちが来ることがあるのよ。一輪車に乗ってる人も見たことがあるわ。
Minstrels? Not street performers. That's an archaic term.
こんなのつまらないわ。せっかく来たんだからお買い物しましょう。
So she blurted that aloud and let go of my hand to walk off. I could tell she was anxious, since she kept glancing backward. Because you used some old Japanese just now. I felt sorry for the street performers, but to me, Kazuha had this funnier act. If they're around after we're done shopping, I'll suggest we stay and watch. Hey, what do you need to be do here anyway?
こっちに仕立て屋さんがあるのよ。それとインテリアとか頼んでいたのが届いたっていうから。でもそっちは後。荷物持ってちゃ遊べないものね。
Dressmaker was asked. That doesn't really sound like shopping. Do you come here often?
あまり来ないわ。今日みたいに用事がある時くらいかしら。やっぱり遠いから。でもこれからはよく来ることになるのかも。
Oh. Wait, I need to take a break. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let's go. All of a sudden, Kazuha had grabbed my arm. I'm guessing she was going to finish that sentence with for dates. Unlike Hozumi, this place had burger shops and other fast food, and although it was small, it even had a sort of shopping center. It's hard to think of a better destination for dates. Oh, this place has a Seattle. Seattle. Back when I lived in the city, I'd stop by sometimes on my way home from school.
入ったことあるの？
Huh? Is it that surprising?
別に驚いてなんかないわよ。私は入ったことないから。
Ah, are you not a coffee person? Espresso Bar Seattle was, the name says, a cafe that specializes in espresso coffee. They offer milk, cream, and toppings like chocolate and caramel. You can make a custom order, and they also serve juice. However, it's predominantly a coffee place. It's been ages since I last visited, and the shop had a good atmosphere, so I thought it would be a perfect place to go, but Kazuha said no.
嫌いなんかじゃないわよ。いいわ、入りましょう。
Wait up, Kazuha. Wait, she said no, but they're going, okay, I don't know, man. Did I say something that hurt her feelings? I didn't think so, but... I don't know why she's... Oh no. Despite being first to enter, for some reason Kazuha stood dead silent in front of the counter. Oh, okay, they still went in. I'm a little confused about the whole statement earlier. A couple that entered after us glanced at her, and then went in front to order first. I mean, going in without me. That's mean. Going in without me. But I'm glad you waited before ordering. Kazuha! I called out, but she still stood there frozen. Aren't you going to order? She murmured something I couldn't quite catch. I started getting worried that she didn't actually like coffee again. Do you want to go somewhere else? It's not like this is my favorite place or anything.
言うよね。
Huh?
さっきの人、呪文みたいなの唱えてたの？
Ah, hazelnut frappuccino with extra caramel and whipped cream.
わかるの？
Yeah. It's your first time here. I can see how all of these topics could be confusing.
はるかは慣れてるのね。都会に住んでた人は違うんだわ。
Oh, damn city kids again. It's easy once you do it yourself. I'll show you how. First, select what you want to drink and what size.
何があるのかしら。
A latte is the most basic option. There are other kinds of drinks. But I'm going to have a latte with extra milk, whipped cream, and caramel sauce.
はるかはすごいわ。私ちっともわからない。
I'm boring. I just add more cream. I don't even put those caramel, those sauces thing, those whatever syrups. Yeah, there should be syrup, not sauce. What the hell? Yeah, and a little sprinkle of cinnamon. Anyway, you need to say it as fluently as the couple did. It's fine, as long as you say all the toppings you want. Okay, you try. After I ordered, Kazuha timidly, very timidly, did the same. She muttered something like lots of milk, not too sweet, lots of whipped cream. Watching Kazuha order her first coffee was fun, but it was her innocent charm that really made me smile.
割った容器に入ってるのね。普通の紙コップじゃないんだ。
It's a huge cup to go in venti. You know how to drink it. The part of the lid that sticks out has a hole in it.
これね。結構美味しいわ。でもまだちょっと甘いかしら。
Perhaps you should try a double shot next time. We'll make it more bitter. And more awake? Did you say double shot? A double shot espresso? Really? She'll be so awake. Well, you know. More things to do, you know. Where to burn that energy, huh?
試してみる。なんだか面白いわね。
Coming up with an order you like is quite fun. It seems that you caught on to.
でもまだ不安だから。はるかも一緒にね。
Of course, you can count on me.
ありがとう。はるか。
We decided to take our coffee to go and walk around the arcade. We had a laugh at the pantomime performance we saw before and also had a peek into the 100 yen shop. There was also a huge bookstore there, and since it had been so long, we went in, and then before we knew it, an hour had already passed.
本屋さんにこんな長い間いたのなんて初めてよ。
Same here. I usually stand in the magazine corner reading. I can't believe we went and looked through all the shelves. You really read a lot, huh? Just listening to your explanations was fun.
たくさんってほどじゃないわ。小説とかを少しだけだし。
Probably the only books I've read without pictures are textbooks. But I'll be sure to properly read those novels you recommended for me. Her explanations made them sound interesting, so I bought them in an impulse. These were paperback books, but they sure were quite thick.
読んだら感想聞かせてよ。あ、そうだわ。せっかくだからブックカバーも買いましょう。向こうにいいお店があるわ。そういう日用雑貨ばかり扱ってるのよ。
Oh, the book doesn't come with a cover. What? Anyway, grabbing my hand again, we ran on. Okay. There's no need to drag me like that. How many times have I been dragged along by Kazuha today? But thanks to that, I've started to get excited too. Most of it was just window shopping, but I really enjoy talking about this and that with her. Actually, as long as I'm with Kazuha, I'd probably have fun doing anything and everything. As we walk while holding hands, I caught the sense that Kazuha was having a lot of fun too. At that thought, I squeezed her hand, causing her to blush. She's so cute. We both lost track of time and thoroughly enjoyed the spontaneous date.
ごめんなさい。すっかり付き合わせちゃったわね。
And as the sun began to sink below the mountains, we returned to our own town. The setting sun shone on our faces, and through squinted eyes we looked at each other. With her car, Kazuha took me to do my shopping at the discount supermarket on the way home. Not at all. I had a lot of fun too. Plus, you helped me with the shopping.
あのくらいついでよ。気にすることないわ。
It was a big help though. Thanks.
ええ。
Kazuha nodded, but had made no signs of leaving. I was also a bit reluctant to part ways, so I didn't really feel like opening the gate to my house either. Just a bit longer. Just a bit. That thought ran through my mind as we stood there, looking at each other. Only once the sun had completely disappeared behind the mountains, and the sky was dyed scarlet with the day's last light, was I able to shake off my hesitation. Thanks for today. It was really fun. Seriously.
私もよ。またどこかに行きましょう。
Next time, I'll invite you out.
待ってるわ。それじゃあね。
See you next time. So did I... Next time, huh? I muttered that as Kazuha's car faded into the distance. I said I'd invite her next time, but what kind of date would satisfy an Ojo-sama like Kazuha? Something like today? This is a difficult problem. Just as I arrived at school, the bell sounded. There was no one around to hear it, so I think they must ring it during breaks too. It made me want to thank them for their dedication. Or maybe there were people that had to do stuff at school like me, and they ring it for them. And that's the case. They really are dedicated. Halfway through summer Natsuyasumi. Actually, it was nearly over, but it was still Natsuyasumi nonetheless. In case you're wondering why I was at school on a day like that, it's because I was absent due to the Obon Omatsuri. My homeroom teacher called yesterday to tell me that some printouts were handed out while we were away. That means Sora should have had come too, but, well, it goes without saying. I passed through the school gate and heard a pleasant sound. An instrument. I want to say it's a string instrument of some kind. Maybe it's a club activity. No. Our school only has a wind instrument club, which means a single name popped into mind. If she's here, my curiosity for the tune I just heard turned into hope. Excuse me, Sumimasen. I retrieved what I needed for the staff office. I quickly left the room. I was trying to suppress a smile, but right now that viola is more important. Whatever my homeroom teacher said to me went in one ear and out the other. All I could think about was that viola. She might already have gone home, but it hasn't been that long since the music stopped, so I went looking and started thinking. I wandered our school building with no luck. Wait, if she was playing an instrument, she'd be near the music club. They showed me around the room when I transferred here, but I'm usually in the classrooms. However, I think I roughly know. As I passed our classroom, I happened to hear Kazuha talking to someone by the classroom door. That someone was a teacher, but I didn't recognize them. I was still mulling over whether or not I should disturb them when the teacher started to walk away and Kazuha entered the classroom. I followed her inside. Hello, Mikiwa-san.
はるか、どうしたの？
Kazuha was the only one in the classroom, which was empty, save for Viola. It was a lonely sight. Mikiwa-san, our names.
平気よ。先生も今ので帰られたから、今は私とあなたしかいないわ。
Kazuha was confident about it, and that was good enough for me. I heard a viola as I walked into school, so I thought it might be you. I went around looking. I thought for sure you'd be in the music room though.
音楽室は吹奏楽部が使ってるわよ。
Ah, Bukatsu. I see. The bell is probably for them too. Then, now that I thought about it, it was obvious. You're not in the club, right? I think you said that before.
音楽の先生にビオラを聴かせてたのよ。吹奏楽だけじゃなくて、弦楽器も部活動にしたいみたいなの。それで楽器をしてる生徒に話をしてるみたい。私以外にも何人かいるのよ。弦楽器をやってる子。
Wow, it's great that the school's starting a club. Are you going to join?
どうかしら。まだわからない。校長先生や教頭先生にも聞いてもらわなきゃいけないみたいだし、それに仮にできたとしても他の子がやりたがるかはわからないし、新入部員が入らなかったりしたら私の代でおしまいってことにもなりかねないわ。
There's definitely no need to worry about that.
どうして？
The moment they see you play the viola, all the freshmen will be smitten with you. You're so beautiful and cool when you play. You'll have new members lining up at the door.
もう冗談ばっかり言って。
With a little grin on her face, Kazuha started packing up her viola. I remember she told me it was an heirloom passed down by her Okasan. Kazuha was treating it with care. I thought Kazuha wasn't getting along with her parents after the incident with Akira, but it seems her actions now contradict that.
あなたも学校に来てるとは思わなかったわ。
She spoke again after closing the case. I had to come and get some printouts. Sora's too.
それじゃあ用事はもう終わったんだ。これから時間ある？
Want to go somewhere? We'll turn into another impromptu date though.
行くわ、もちろん。そうとなれば、さっさと教室を片付けちゃいましょう。
Yokai. The classroom table and chairs had been pushed aside to make a sort of concert stage in the middle. I guess Kazuha stood there and played her viola. It must have been a stunning sight. Her hair swaying as the wind blew into the classroom. I imagined that while I arranged the room. Impossible. I want to hear her play. I want to witness that performance. I started wishing that my homeroom teacher hadn't spent so much time talking when a gust blew in the window. Just as I had imagined, Kazuha's hair gracefully fluttered in the breeze, gently floating on the invisible wind. I could see each strand glimmer, as if the wind itself was shining.
先に窓を閉めればよかった。髪が乱れちゃったわ。
As the breeze died down, Kazuha raised her hands to tidy up her hair. I was utterly captivated by Kazuha, first by her delicate nape, when she raised her hair, and then at her girlish behavior. I want to touch her. She's so beautiful. I want to hug her. Kazuha. It was just the two of us, alone in this room, and I couldn't hold back my feelings.
何？
You're so beautiful. I wanted to kiss you.
何って。
Kazuha went limp as I pressed my lips onto hers.
やだ、こんなところで。
Then let's go somewhere else.
そういう問題じゃ。
This time, it was Kazuha who pressed her lips onto mine. Man, she's so down. It wasn't like Kiss either. She was practically smothering my lips, as if she wanted to taste me.
もうカーテンくらい閉めさせて。
Kazuha separated her body from mine and went to close the curtains. The curtains slid back into place with a satisfying swish.
これなら外から見えないから。
So convenient, isn't it? The classroom dimmed, and Kazuha threw a charming smile at me, and then went right back to kissing me again.
はるかがこんなにエッチだなんて思わなかったわ。
I'm surprised myself.
意識してないなら本当にエッチなのね。
She said that while unfastening my belt, looking pretty perverted herself, if you ask me. Not to mention, we're in a classroom right now, albeit an empty one, the place where we take lessons with our classmates. Even though there was no one else here, it felt like someone was watching. Sora is always watching, by the way. Anyway.
この前ははるかにいろいろしてもらったから、今日は私がしてあげるわ。
Damn. I was strangely aroused by the immorality.
恥ずかしいとこでできちゃうのよ、私は。
In the end, Kazuha seemed to be blaming herself. I better be careful not to develop some strange fetish too. I think I'm gonna call it in here. I'm gonna finish. I want to call it in here. I want to read Sakura Moyu. I'm planning to do like half of my day reading Sora, Yosuga no Sora, then the other half Sakura no Moyu. Sakura Moyu. Sakura no Moyu. Sakura Moyu. Why is there no? I don't need to say no. Anyway, I hope you guys are watching, and I'll see you guys on the next upload. Ciao.
Let's